Welcome back, dear students. Dear students, in the last video, you have defined habitat. You have talked about types of habitats, components of habitats, and also we studied about the adaptation in desert habitats, right? Now we will go ahead and study about the adaptations in mountains. Yes, in the mountains, the weather is very cold and windy. The ground is covered with snow, so these conditions make it difficult for plants to grow and for animals to move around and find food. So, can you name some animals living in very cold places? As you can see on the screen, example includes yak, snow leopard, penguin, and polar bear. These are the some of the organisms or animals which live on cold places. In a yak, a very thick coat of fur is present that protects the animal from cold. When the ground is covered with snow, the yak uses its hooves and horns to break the ice and graze on the grass beneath. Then a snow leopard, it has a thick layer of fur on its body, including feet and toes, to protect it from the cold. Talking about a polar bear has a thick layer of fur on the body and a layer of fat underneath its skin which protect the animal from cold. Padded feet help it to walk on snow. These were the animals that live in cold place. Now how about the plants that actually grow there? Most mountain plants grow close to the ground, children, to avoid being uprooted by strong and frequent winds. The trees are normally cone shaped with sloping branches, and leaves of some plants are needle shaped. So these are the adaptations shown by the plants and in case of mountains. The next habitat that we have is grassland and forest. So we will talk about the adaptations in grassland. In a grassland, mainly grasses are found. A few shrubs and trees are also seen. Grasslands have hot, dry summers with low water availability. A large number of animals are found in these forests. Lion and deer are two animals which are found in both in grasslands and forest. A lion is an animal that obtains its food by killing other smaller animals like a deer. Lion is a carnivore and deer is a herbivore, right? In this case, the lion is the predator and the deer is its prey. Children understand that a predator is a carnivore animal that feeds on its prey. A predator is usually bigger in size than the prey. Predators like lion develop a number of adaptations to be good at hunting their prey. Similarly, prey like deer also develop adaptation to escape their predators. Let us first go ahead and study the adaptation in a predator, that is a lion. Lion eyes always face forward, that is, eyes are in front of the face. This means that the field view of each eye partly overlaps the field of view of the other eye. This allows the animal to judge distances correctly. Lion has sharp teeth and long claws on its front legs. This helps it to grab and stab the prey. Its light brown colors help it to hide in dry grasslands where it hunts for its prey. These are the adaptations found in a predator, that a lion can be example of this. Then adaptation in a deer. Body color is such that it can blend into the surroundings, thus avoiding being caught by the predators. It has long ears to help and recognize the movement of predators. The eyes are present on the side of the head so that it can look in all directions. This helps it to This helps it to escape danger. It can run very fast. This helps the deer to run away from the predators. So these are the adaptation by the predators and prey in the grasslands and forest. Talking about the adaptation in aquatic habitats, there are aquatic habitats are of two types, that is freshwater habitats and saline water habitats. Yes, so we will go ahead and first study about the freshwater habitats like ponds, lakes and rivers. Many varieties of plants and animals are found in ponds, lakes and rivers. Like a fish. A fish is adapted to the freshwater habitat, and they are also sometimes found in saline water habitats. The adaptations that a fish shows is its body shape is streamlined. What do we understand by the streamlined shape? Streamlined shaped body is narrow in the front and back, whereas in broad it is broad in the middle. Yeah, so the fish has a streamlined body and fins are present. These features help in swimming. The gills are present which help the fish to breathe underwater. Gill and flat fins and tail which help the fish to change direction while swimming. Also, fish has scales present on its body that protect the internal organs of the fish. So these are the adaptations shown by a fish. A frog. A frog also lives in water. It is found in both water and on land. So the features which is shown by the frogs that actually help it to survive is webbed feet to help in swimming, lungs for respiration on land, and moist skin for respiration in water. Frogs have strong hind legs to help in leaping and catching the prey. These are the adaptations shown by the fish and frog in animals under freshwater habitats. Also, when we talk about the plants that are found in ponds, lakes and river or in water, they are called as hydrophytes, children. Some of the examples of hydrophytes are hydrilla, lotus, water lily, hyacinth. Then the adaptation shown by the plants living in fresh water is they have roots which are much reduced as water is available in plenty to them. The main function of the root here is to hold the plant in place. Then stems are strong, hollow and thin so that they can bend along with the water movement. The leaves of these plants vary in submerged and floating plants. Submerged means partially they are present in the water and partially they are out of the water. In submerged plants, leaves are narrow, thin and ribbon-like. Whereas in floating plants like water lily, leaves are large and circular. A waxy coating is present on them so that protect us from decaying in water. These are some of the adaptations shown in the freshwater habitats. Talking about the saltwater habitats, saltwater habitat includes ocean and seas. Seas and oceans are home to a great variety of living organisms. The organisms that are commonly found in animals, we have dolphin, whales, mollusks, sea anemones, and in plants we have seaweeds and algae existing there. So, the seaweeds or billions of small organisms called algae, they live in the sunlit waters of sea and oceans. Larger algae are called as seaweeds and are present in large numbers. They have root-like structures called holdfast which give them grip to the rocky shores. Whereas in animals, a large variety of animals are found in the sea like dolphins and whales. Yes, so these sea animals, like whale and dolphin, they do not have gills, children. Yes, they breathe in air through their nostrils or blowholes. Blowholes are present on the upper part of their heads. This allows them to breathe in air when they swim near the surface of water. They can stay inside water without breathing for a long time. So when they need to breathe, they come out on the surface. Animals like sea anemones, they have a sucker-like base. This helps them to grip the sides of a rocky pool. This adaptation protects them from being swept away by the water current. So these are the adaptations shown by the saline water organisms in saline water habitats. So children, in this video we have studied about the adaptation shown by plant animals in mountains, in grassland and forest, and also under aquatic habitats. So please read through the chapter thoroughly. If you have any doubt or any term that you are not able to understand, you can ask your question in the Zoom class, or we have WhatsApp. You can message me regarding that. Alright. For your better understanding, YouTube links are also being sent. Enjoy e-learning. Thank you.